There we go. I think I mistitled it, but now we're there. Sorry. I'm sure it's very confusing for the 30 followers. Hi, 30 followers. In the past couple weeks, the 30th came. So in another metric, apparently I just have 29. So that's just going to be a thorn on my side for all time. Never will know when I meet the round numbers. Alright, let's just start. PLC. Hey. Let's go. Oh, okay, so, oh yeah, what levels are we in? Hi, Kyra. Writer's Demon. Let's keep things on track and see where they go. But let's go this way. Thank you. I don't want to go gibberishy right now. I gotta figure out how to be more coherent. This is a more serious John Delancey. You've met him.
Welcome to Sunday Go-To-Meeting, where we press this button which produces a random faith, active or extinct, always real or eternally fictional, grandiose or petty as fuck, and once the faith is randomly determined, we will listen to the homily of the week from the pastoral agent of that particular faith, and we will employ discernment on its message to extract what relevance and value it has for our lives. Now quick, these 10 thunders from Finnegan's Wake, who were kind to be our guest animation for this episode, have a curfew at the hostel we paid for. If they are late, I will have to entertain these divas all night.
It's old news.
And you will get the resulting invoice, Buster.
They left and they cleaned up that for themselves.
Which flickers and F-whipples, and Gathunk on the screen is the random faith of the week. The Church of Monte Carlo Markov chains, all watched over by machines of underdevelopment and dynamics. This time we are blessed with a congregation that has the exact same sense of humor as me. I love these nerds. I mean, it is a shame there are so many mathematically driven cults on our roster. Such bland worship, so little feeling. You see, one of my friends from college is a devout follower of Markov chains, not as an object of worship, but as his area of study. As the world's biggest Markov chain nerd, I have no choice but to be very careful what I say when he is around. But even so, he has taught me a few things about these strange faiths. For example, Markov chains are a way of modeling stochastic systems where some part of the model is missing. You know how the universe has 3 spatial dimensions, but only one of time, and how physicists want to explain everything with this theory called quantum field theory, which is based on the existence of another dimension entirely called the 4th dimension, and how the entire cosmos is supposedly ruled by fundamental particles like the Higgs boson, which only exist in 5 dimensions. That stuff is all too complicated for you. I can hardly understand it myself, but basically it looks like there's a lot of the cosmos which humans cannot possibly understand just with our physical senses, because reality itself requires that we understand some other realms which are hidden away outside of space and time, like the 4th dimension or the Calabiao spaces. And so these are dimensions our senses cannot touch, but still exist, and therefore our math is also built with special terms to represent what cannot be represented with sensory input.
The shape of the
What do you mean you've lost interest because I made things harder rather than easier? Well, fine. Let's go back to my friend the Markov chain nerd. You see, he has no idea where this whole concept came from. Like the quantum physicist, he wants to explain all his faith on a theory so complex it is invisible. Where did this Markov chain phenomenon originate? And why does it work so well in so many diverse situations? To quote a professor who wrote a paper entitled The Mystery of Diffusion in Infinite Dimensions,
Infinite.
no matter how many experts from many fields come together, no one will ever be able to answer this question definitively.
It's like the Caribbean
For
diploma.
all I know, aliens are behind.
Paper titles.
And that was written by a respected academic, not a crackpot, mind you. But it's weird. It's an unsolved mystery, but it works. And so people of faith, mathematicians, scientists, programmers, they look at these phenomena, and their belief in them is only amplified. The more mysterious the thing of worship, the more mysterious are its effects, and the more it must be divine in nature. But enough about Markov chains. They can be annoying, and they don't have much personality. And let us not forget our homily of the week. Our pastoral agent is a man named Thomas who claims to represent the faith of the future. I would ask that he take off his ski mask first and introduce himself properly. But it doesn't seem like anyone will respect the request, including me. What do we do with the fact that he refuses to reveal his identity
and not put down his firearm?
Seems intent on delivering his sermon in the dark? I don't know. Perhaps this is his own form of discernment, and there is something to learn from it.
Air quotes.
Thomas begins his sermon by describing a story called The Secret History of the Mongols. I'm not familiar with it, so let's begin by seeing how it plays out. He says it went like this. Genghis Khan had been the lord of a few scattered tribes, ruling over some barren grasslands for decades. One day he was given some startling news. The neighboring lord of the city of Nayan had a daughter with a power of second sight. She foresaw that Genghis Khan would destroy her father and his lands, and take the throne of an eternal empire. She knew there was no fighting this future, so she sent him a message. I cannot fight this future, but I wish to be part of it. I will do anything in my power to prevent my city from becoming a target. Just please give me one thing. Let my father keep his throne and rule in peace until he dies of old age. And so Genghis Khan swore this oath to her. For as long as your father lives, he can rule in peace. But after his death, every person, house, and animal of that city will be slaughtered. Every living thing. That is my oath to you. A little while later, that lord passed away, and his young son took the throne. Genghis Khan sent a messenger saying, Your father's lifetime has now passed. As we agreed, the destruction of your city is due immediately. Do you have anything to add before I bring the army in? He wrote back, When my father died, it brought much sadness to the city. I was too grief-stricken to rule, so we've given the throne to the one person with the power and wisdom to lead us in times of peace or war. My sister, the all-powerful Oracle. Well played, young prince. Well played. And the army could not attack, as they had sworn an oath to leave the young queen in charge in peace with all the cities standing. Her brother went free and lived in exile ever after. That's a really good story. The lesson is you can't escape the future because it is written in stone, but you can alter its course by making sure those with agency do what you want. That seems right to me. But Thomas is not satisfied with the ending. He asks, if the story is true, then what is the future of humankind? In his view, humankind is the most intelligent, adaptive, flexible life form that has ever existed. Endorphin. But wait, review Genghis Khan's promise that he lets the father live. Then the massacre begins. So, I see nothing about that daughter being spared. But if you can point it out to me, that'd be cool.
Oh, wait, hold on.
But Thomas said,
Oops, my bad.
Thomas, Genghis Khan swore an oath you would let her be in control, and her father's death doesn't change that. Endorphin. Oh, so the girl doesn't die in the massacre. I feel dumber now. But why? Thomas, what do you think? Endorphin. Okay, I'm just going to say this so we can get it out of the way, and you can tell us that no, that's not true. But it seems like a huge coincidence that there is something special about the Oracle who is destined to. See the future, and yet her power is so strong she is spared the worst possible fate of all, like a lot of coincidences. So either there is something to her that allowed her to see the future, and perhaps other people are able to see things from the future also, or else the fact that she is an oracle is because she foresaw that she could see the future in order to be spared from the massacre. A classic time loop. But then, the real question is, who is really running the future? Thomas, she is a quinky-dink attractor, naturally. And by that I mean, some things are bound to happen because of the laws of physics. And by some things I mean many things. But there are still other things you can decide that you can have a real agency over. So you decide you can choose your destiny. Endorphin. So you're saying that there are things in the future which we don't understand, but they will happen if left to their own devices. It isn't just chaos, and it isn't predetermined, but they are inevitable events in the space-time continuum, and they occur whenever they get the chance. These inevitables, they are quinky dinks, so there's a future with or without us. But if we stay on our current trajectory, we could become an inevitability too, because there are plenty of people living under the future, and those people will never know how their lives and fates are interconnected with ours. Thomas, well said. Now what happens when you take that approach to understanding the world? I would like to propose some solutions to certain problems. Endorphin. So a field of inevitability has how many quinky dinks per square foot? Like, how much wiggle room is there before a person finds themselves an inevitability? And what if that's a problem? It may be fun to find some inevitables, to say you've seen your fate and there was nothing you could do. But what if there were so many quinky dinks that you never had control over your destiny? I don't think we should worship something that is as boring as that. We should make decisions for ourselves, rather than be swept along by the currents until there's nothing we can do but live inside an inevitability. Thomas, well said. And that is why I like a new theory called the infinite hierarchy of quinky dinks. It is designed to help people understand once and for all what choices really belong to each individual. And so he brings up on the screen what looks like a family tree with branches on top of branches on top of branches on the right side of the screen. There are arrows pointing up and also a few going sideways and down. The branches have labels on them. Eat a burger for dinner, or wear white t-shirt on 3/25/90.
I did that one.
So each branch is a fork in the path, one that we get to choose in life. But that doesn't make it the most significant event, because there's a branch below that, which we call a coinky dink, like get tired afternoon of 4/16 or vowel movement at 8, 32 p.m. on 11/29/1, 9. So far the structure has 3 layers, one which we control to be done. And then it goes deeper and deeper into the layers, more and more branches, and all the events look completely arbitrary. Endorphin. Oh, I understand. This is a hierarchy of coinky dinks. And the more we go down, the less control we have over anything. Thomas. Precisely. Each layer represents a smaller range of decisions you can make in your life, and as you go further into the depths, fewer and fewer options remain available. Endorphin. Here's the water birth of very dry dookie in the bathtub 7/21/23. Let's explore that one. Okay, so piss in toilet 3/17/27. Well, I don't have control over that. Fart during a business meeting on 10/14/23.
Future.
Not me either.
Yeah, I'm not going to be employed.
Okay, here it is. Pick up trash that some negligent asshole dropped to /16/11. This was clearly me. Hug a child on 6/13/21. Well, yes, that one was definitely me.
I have to do one once a decade.
And then pick a side of the road 6/9/33.
Ooh.
This is the bottom of the layer. Thomas. Yeah, that's as deep as it goes. You see, everything after that was already determined by someone above you on the ladder. So the choices from there forward are impossible. Endorphin. I don't understand. This is supposed to be my tree, my branch, my path through time. But the next item down on my list of duties was to pick a side of the road. But I am the only one who has any real say in the matter. Thomas, that's right. You were born a human, but now you have to go find a side of the road. Endorphin. Okay, but this feels very uncomfortable and limiting. Can I say something bad about this idea? Thomas. Sure thing. Endorphin. This is like a really depressing metaphor for human life, with a very low view of agency. It's like every day we have to pick a side of the road, which is our whole fate, and maybe you pick the same side of the road every day and never leave your place, and other days you have to cross the whole street and get into someone else's lane. And after doing that for a few years, you get married and pick a career, have to choose what kind of family you want, and then your entire life becomes a long series of crossing from one lane to the other, picking which side of the road to follow, going whichever direction the world says you must follow, never knowing the reason or purpose behind any of it, never knowing which lane leads somewhere beautiful and which goes to nowhere at all, always hoping you picked right and won't regret your decision, while being powerless to change the fate you are stuck inside. I don't know. This is making me really sad. There must be a better way to live life than constantly going from one side to the other. Thomas. Sure. Well, if there were other people who decide what lane you can be in because their choices are already determined, then you just sit back and ride along with the crowd. No choices at all. Endorphin. Well, that sucks even more. Endorphin. I have an idea. Yo, Eligua, keeper of the keys of the gates of life and death? That hot dude at the crossroads over there? Akatiyuikot. I need some help choosing a side of some road. Let's make it interesting, shall we? Eligua. Sure thing. Endorphin. Okay, this is our hierarchy of quinky dinks. Pick any road off to the right and see where it leads. That will be my new life, no matter which it is. So please be sure to choose one that is both good for me and fun to watch. Aligua, I got you. Let's take this one. So now a path appears that seems to lead down to a beach town with all kinds of cool looking people and events ahead. There's parties and music and a bunch of people talking about politics, but in a fun way. They're on motorcycles and they ride the waves like they're flying. I want that life so bad. The first quanky dink of this new life is buy a motorcycle in New York. Well, that was already decided for me. Aligua had no say in that. Next one is spend a week hanging out on a stretch of beach. Okay, not quite sure why there was a fork in my path. Next is ride my motorcycle on 2038/016 to New Jersey and check out a bar. Okay, that seems random too.
Yeah.
What, are motorcycle riders expected to have a schedule? Next is go to this bar with many cool people on 00/143/905 and try some of the awesome drinks there. I don't have a motorcycle yet. It says it's part of the same day. So do I get a bicycle and then upgrade later on? I don't know. But there's this great feeling of freedom and knowing that these choices are no big deal, that all those hard choices that come along later are just part of my life. I can relax here and enjoy them. Thomas, now that's the future of faith. No more hard decisions or choices, just relaxing and riding. Endorphin, yep, pretty sweet. But let's talk about the infinite hierarchy of Koinky Dink some more. So we've picked one of the branches of the Ait and explored its path of inevitables, and that means we have a whole lot of Koinky Dinks at our disposal. Can we use these in other contexts? For example, endorphin. Okay, I'm sitting in the middle of the beach in that life you chose, and it's a sunny day, and there's a lot of pretty people walking by, and a bunch of hot guys riding their motorcycles through the sand, and the waves are crashing against the rocks. All I want is to be on a boat, or maybe fly a kite. Endorphin. Let's chuck out the motorcycles. Divest out of big oil. Just me and my legs and my backpack. That sounds much more fun. Endorphin. Okay, so here I am now with this backpack and a bicycle. This is more of a challenge, I gotta admit, but it's a lot of fun to try. Endorphin. Okay, I have two problems. First off, it's time to go into a store, but I don't know if I'll need the backpack on inside. I think I'm good to just hang it over my handlebars.
No.
But what if I need to carry something big out? I don't know.
Don't do it.
Maybe I shouldn't bike to the store at all. Or, do I need the bicycle? Why do I always get caught up in questions of stuff like this? Try to figure out if something is unnecessary, a waste of money or time, or something that might help me be better organized? What is my purpose here? Why do I do things like this? Where am I going? I don't know. And yet, I feel so guilty wasting all these choices of which road to take, like I need to go one way or the other. Like, I'm always in a rush and have no time to lose. Thomas! Maybe it's because you have a goal, an event that is far down the branch, and it won't happen if you just stand here wasting all your time deciding whether or not to go into a store. That's what it feels like. It's like someone's chasing after you with a pitchfork saying, get a move on. Endorphin. Well, I just realized that I have a choice now that is much easier, much simpler than before. Just ride this bike into that store and get it over with. Let's just see what's inside there. Who knows what I will discover there. If I can't buy something, I can always come back out again and get some more fresh air and just keep going. I'm back outside now, having a good time getting the wind in my hair and feeling happy that I didn't spend all that time fretting over stupid issues. Then I spot a girl sitting in a chair next to a bunch of other bicycles. Ahem. Alegu is on his own bike, playing a game on his phone. You gonna hang with her over me? Endorphin. Oh, I didn't think she would be the sort of person I wanted to hang out with, but it's good to see someone else riding around like me. She's wearing a cool outfit, kind of looks like me. We've got the same kind of helmet on and the same brand of backpack. I want to see what her life is like. It's gonna be like hanging out with my double. She's a bike riding clone. She might even be on a similar path, so I'll ask her if we're both heading to the same beach. Eligua, get on! Wrap your arms around me. Here's a helmet. Endorphin, how did you put the helmet on while not facing me? Eligua, keeper of the gates, remember? So, you want to see what it's like to know her. Let's go to this beach, and I'll show you those forks you don't need to go down. Endorphin, wow, you are really invested in my sexuality right now. Eligua mumbles, I want her. You can have the other one. Whispers, it will help you with the path of inevitabilities. Endorphin, sigh okay, fine. Here we are now at a bar on the beach. I gotta say, it feels really weird being wrapped in her arms on the bike, hugging her like that. Like this was a relationship thing instead of me just riding a bike with another dude. Weirdly hot. Yes. Eligua. Yeah, I think so. Endorphin. Why do I do all these weird things on my bikes? I keep thinking there's something I should be doing or looking for. I don't even know if I should this bike. But it's fun, and that's good enough. So we go to this bar, but it's a cool place filled with people just hanging out. No real agenda other than to hang out with others. And I've decided that I don't need any of that other stuff. I don't need a career or whatever to have a good life, because just riding around with nothing to worry about sounds perfect right now. Thomas. Sounds like this path is a winner. A little on the boring side, but that's okay. Sometimes that's what you want. Endorphin. Yeah, I don't see myself getting too bored in this future. But maybe some excitement later. That Eligua. Oh, damn. I kinda got a crush on that guy. So maybe that means there's another level in the hike, a deeper path. Endorphin. Eligua. Have you used Monte Carlo Markov chains, all watched over by machines of underdamped Langevin dynamics? Aligua. Grundm. Yeah. Yes. Yep. That is what we're gonna do. This is gonna be amazing. Endorphin. This is gonna change your life. And this will also save a lot of other lives as well. Oh ye. It is what it is. I got you.
Is what it is.
Aligua. Well, first off, I just thought I'd point out that I am the Lord of the Roads. And now that you have decided to make me your partner, I'm gonna teach you a little lesson. You're free to travel on whatever path you want as long as you're not hurting anybody and keeping safe. The problem with these choices that are made for you, like choose the side of the road and sit in this bar and drink, they are arbitrary, but you're still being dictated to, still choosing which lane to sit in. Endorphin. True. Alayua. What if I said you could change lanes at any time you wanted? Then how much would you care about picking them? What if the lanes themselves changed every so often, randomly? Wouldn't that be even better? Endorphin. Yes, because then my decisions would be more of my own because I'm choosing from a set that isn't predetermined, but isn't totally chaotic either. Aligua. You betcha. All it takes is a little faith. In order to change this life we live in, this one of inevitable inevitabilities, we need to find some paths where choices matter, where people can choose from the available options instead of going down predestined highways of choice. So now, the future will change based on how we all cooperate to move toward something new and better. And instead of the one big coinky dink we get, we'll get millions, billions. Endorphin. Wow, this really is an exciting ride. Legua. Yeah, it sure is. Oh yeah, you see that little guy over there? He's not so big and tough now. I was afraid of him before, but now... Nah, this path we're on will let us grow some nice little quinky dinks in there. Just a few forks off the main road, but still good ones. Thomas. Okay, so how does this relate to reality? How will this new path we're on change anything? Elegio. Whispers, remember, this is just a by-experiment. Just something fun we're doing here to take our mind off reality for a few minutes. We're talking about it so that when the time comes to create the world again, we'll know what's happening and how it works. That's all. Thomas. Okay, makes sense to me. Endorphin. Wow, that was really cool. Thomas. Sure was. I didn't know you could do that with your powers. I love the idea of Monte Carlo Markov chains, all watched over by machines of underdamped Langevin dynamics. Alegua. Whispers, yep, I'll be working on that next. I want to create a real Ike for our whole future so that we can decide together how things will be. They will only work with people who share the same belief system, though, and since faith in God or in gods is an aspect of religion, you'll need to help us out with this too, to bring everyone in and get them interested. Endorphin. I'd love to do that. But how am I supposed to get that through to everyone? They're all so cynical. They don't think stuff like that is possible. Eligua. Well, I was talking with that girl you're riding with on the beach. She told me something that really changed my outlook. You can convince someone that something exists when you show it to them. She said you did a lot of really cool stuff to convince her that it was all real, that it really does have an impact on how people act. She didn't understand why you kept on saying it was all real, but she could see that something was happening. She didn't understand your language, didn't see why we believe in it, didn't understand the context we're in, didn't grasp that we're playing a game that can have actual consequences in reality. But she did see the results of something, so maybe you can do the same here. Aligua. She said it took a while to sink in, though. Endorphin. Yeah, sounds like it might work. Thomas, I'm feeling a bit of a red flag here. There's this sense that there's something that's gonna make the people we are convincing to join us not really be a part of our group. Endorphin. What? Thomas. What I'm getting from all of this is that these people have decided to join us because they trust in me and my beliefs. But the thing is, there's no way I can prove it's true or real to them, not in a way that will actually be taken seriously. So it feels like they're being forced into joining our religion by the sheer power of my authority over them. I mean, let's face it, they wouldn't be joining me if it weren't for my position in society, my wealth and influence, and that doesn't strike me as very genuine. Aligua. No, of course it won't feel real to them. We're going to be living a life of constant uncertainty and choice, instead of the narrow path that was previously laid out for us. Some people may find that scary, some may like it, some may get annoyed or upset and leave. Aligua. It's better than just sitting around doing nothing, or sitting at home feeling hopeless, isn't it? Thomas. I guess it would be a big improvement, especially for those people who want more freedom and adventure than the lives they're currently leading. Endorphin. But what if we end up going down a path that leads to total disaster for us, instead of something awesome, like one that forces everyone to live on a small island or something? How would that affect the people? Alegua, oh, they will be fine, as long as we sequester their passports and give them a lot of drugs. But seriously, I think it's a risk we should take. Just keep exploring and testing things out until we find the right place where we want to live our lives. Remember, it doesn't matter how long or far we walk away, we'll always find our way back again. Our path is marked by the footprints left behind by our previous explorations, so we might as well make sure we don't have to spend as much time finding our way around again. We'll still be able to take shortcuts by choosing to travel over familiar ground rather than explore uncharted territory. We're already walking those roads. That's all you need to do. And as long as you have faith, everything will be fine. Aligua, I think that's all of the new things for now. You can go ahead and keep walking along your road. We'll check in later. Endorphin. Sigh, okay. That makes sense. Thanks. I'll see you later. Thomas. Wait, you're already walking on the path of inevitabilities again? Just doing what you always do. Endorphin. So which footprints will denote who is carrying whom? I know this much, that I must be carrying someone else. Or maybe someone else is carrying me. Aligua. That's enough questions for now. See you later. Endorphin. Thomas/Aligua exit. I feel like I've made some good progress here today. That feels good. That really feels like a win. Now I can rest easy knowing that I've done the best I could, that I've fulfilled my duty to God, and I can look forward to seeing the results of all our efforts. All these footprints on the path, these are our legacy to one another. These are what we leave behind. Each one is an individual, unique and valuable experience, full of new possibilities. Endorphin. Maybe that's what I can offer, to help others see their individual value. Aligua. Yes, and Grunt, we all have things to give, things we're not aware of ourselves. Endorphin. Wow. That sounds awesome. Endorphin. There must be a way for me to analyze all these footprints. A sentiment report of sorts that best categorizes the fate of the footsteps before having to choose any of them, and then thus guarantee living my best life. Hey, I'm Fates. The three Fates. You there? Want to help? If not, no worries. If you got a friend who also works in the Fate industry, that'd be super. Three women enter and stare at me. One looks like a witchy grandmother. Another is wearing a long cloak and has a dark complexion, but she isn't old enough to be my mother. The third looks younger still, perhaps high school aged. I ask her about the fate business, and she explains. Well, I make the cloth from which people's fates are written. My sister over here, the one in the cloak, spins that cloth. And the grandma lady over there cuts it up and sews it back together to tell us how all that cloth gets used. It's fun, you know? I look around the room as they're telling me all this. It is an old factory. There's lots of equipment, but it isn't quite modern either. In fact, all the pieces look a bit old-fashioned. Not ancient or anything, but a few decades older than something you might find today. Everything has a kind of retro vibe to it, from the wallpaper to the old sewing machines to the computers on the workbenches. This isn't your average high-tech factory. Endorphin, I could swear all three of you were young enough to be each other's youngest sister. Such glow. What a beautiful trio. Witches. Thank you. But back to your question, if you'd like to do something like we do, you just need to think about it long and hard enough and you'll get a chance to try it out. That's how it works. Just put some energy into your thoughts and focus on what you want to accomplish. You'll soon see whether you have the right skills and passion for that kind of work. Endorphin. That is incredibly generous. You have all become my heroines of fate. But why is the work here so antiquated? I don't see any of the fancy automation or machine learning we see now that lets people have their work done for them. Witches. Well, as you say, we are all the same age. None of us wants to give up the good old days when everything was manual and we could do everything by hand. Endorphin. I can understand that. It sounds lovely. But I'm guessing I should find a better place for my life skills than making dresses for brides. Oh, now you all have become gorgeous in your maturity. Who put Cougar Town in here all of a sudden? And Yowzer, my youngest bro is gonna go mad if he gets here. Cackles? Witches. Well, then it looks like we found your perfect role. Endorphin. But I don't have the patience, really. How can I be content to just do this all day? Surely I need some excitement, a sense of purpose, some way to make my mark on the world. I mean, I appreciate the fact that I've been able to come here today to ask questions and seek help from my guides and by extension you three as well, but I need to feel that I got more going for me than just doing my job as a glorified receptionist. Witches. That's totally valid. Everyone needs some level of stimulation and adventure. Otherwise, life becomes tedious and stagnant. The problem comes when people seek to satisfy their desire through artificial means of substances instead of healthy activities. Those tend to leave them empty. So we recommend keeping yourself entertained but avoiding things that take away from your mental and emotional well-being. Endorphin. Wow, thanks. I'd never thought about that aspect before. Alighier texts you even though he suddenly appeared feet away from you. What do you have against receptionists? You know, folks come to me in order to contact the other Orishas. I'm the receptionist of the Orishas, you know? Don't worry, bro, I'm not mad, just wanted to point that out. Oh, and yeah, sorry about disappearing on you. This one guy was like, hey dude, what's going on with you? You got a sick day or something? We need you, bro. And I was like, no, man, I just came down from the mountain to chat it up with Endorphin here real quick, but they're all okay, so we're supposed to believe you were like hanging with the Orishas all this time long. Nope, fuck you and get back up on that mountain, you lazy bum. Ha, JK, love you, bro. We'd be lost without your help and guidance. See ya. Endorphin. Wow. You can talk like a normal person when you want to, huh? And you can do two different personas? That's incredible. It must take a lot of work. Aligua? Hey! No! That's the trick. You make me work hard, and then I do that stuff. See? Wink, not just kidding. Well, kind of anyway. I get bored and like to mess with people, you know? It's all part of my deal. Keeping everyone guessing and on their toes is one way I stay relevant to these guys. And as for the old persona thing, well, I gotta keep up appearances, you know? If I'm gonna be talking with people on both sides of this, then it makes sense for me to change my appearance and personality when I switch from one to the other. But it's always still me doing it. The point is to keep things interesting, but to still maintain a level of continuity. Aligua. How about I put on my Bobby Bombaclat accent, persona, and gear? Here he is. Bobby Bombaclat Anders. Hey there, Bruva. Endorphin. Pissed off, yeah. Okay. This is getting weird. You're starting to make me uncomfortable, man. Aligua. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, I have offended you. This is terrible, horrible. I am very sorry indeed. And please accept my deepest regrets for the offense that was unknowingly inflicted upon you. You do know how important your opinions are, right? I never meant anything other than to make this moment amusing. Please forgive my foolishness, Bruva. I would rather be cast off to sea than live with the knowledge that my words could potentially ruin our relationship. Please let this all just remain water under the bridge. I don't want any further issues between us, no matter how trivial or minor they might seem now. Please, bruv, tell me what I can do to make things right by you. Anything at all. Anything you want. Let me redeem myself so that we can both move forward. Please! I beg you. Bobby falls to his knees in supplication. Endorphin. You know what? Never mind. I feel fine again. All better. It's cool now. Everything is fine. Aligua disappears. Endorphin. Phew. Glad that's over with. But hey, before we go back, any of you have any words of wisdom or advice for me? Witches! Oh dear me, oh yes, oh no! We must be leaving now. There's no time for that. You need to get back and finish the work you were assigned. You're still going to be punished if you fail, but at least this way you've gained some valuable lessons and experience while you were here. Endorphin. Thanks, ladies. Thanks for all you do. I know you work hard, even though you seem kind of old school in some ways. Still, I appreciate you helping me out with that. Fate's leave. Endorphin. Oh well. I should really be getting back home.
I don't know why I'm entertaining this.
Enter Bobby Bombaclat, riding a carriage driven by a nice hunk of man with swole glutes pounding those pedals. Bobby Bombaclat, let's take you home, or we can go to my place to chill. We don't gotta go home if we don't wanna. It's Friday night and everybody wants to party. You like parties? I throw the best parties. I got good taste in music and my DJ's a legend. My house is always lit because I invite everyone who's anyone. All my friends come to my house because they know how to have fun and dance and laugh. The only thing missing is you, bruv. Endorphin. No, absolutely not. Bobby Bombaclat, don't say that, bruv. Just let me show you a good time. Come on, my party is in full swing right now, and I need my right-hand man at my side while I rule the dance floor. Just a quick drink before we get into the thick of it, please. Come on, bruv. It's Friday night. You gotta party sometime. Let's live it up. Bobby Bombaclat, what did I tell you? We're having the best time. Now we're at our second bar, and there's even more people. There's dancing and drinks, and everyone's having such a great time. And you too. Look at you. You're smiling and laughing, and you seem like you're having fun, but you're still kind of reserved and closed off. I want you to be comfortable around me, Endorphin.
Why?
Bobby Bump.
Why?
See that guy over there drinking himself silly? That's my buddy James. He works with me at the company, and we always go to lunch together.
You want me to be comfortable with him too?
Endorphin. Eisnero, you want me to be comfortable with him too? Bobby Bombaclat. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. You should get to know him better. Come over here and talk to me while I do some shots with him. We'll drink together and get drunk together and everything will be fucking awesome. You won't regret it. Endorphin. Nah, I gotta head back soon. You have fun with your buddy, though. See you around, man. Bobby and Endorphin depart. Endorphin. Okay, time to go back home and check in. Bobby Bombaclat texts you some lines of sparkly snorties. We're at my place, man. Come through. Endorphin. Nah, man. You said it yourself, just one quick drink. We're all gonna end up being sick as dogs tomorrow. Go chill at your own place, dude. I'll be there shortly. Bobby Bombaclat. Muffled, I've been doing drugs. I haven't been able to stop. My head is pounding so badly from all the beer and wine I've ingested. I need someone to make me feel good again. Endorphin. Man, don't try to guilt trip me. Get high on the good life and have some fun tonight. I'll be bumbaclat. Don't give me that fun crap. You know what it's like out there. Endorphin. What are you talking about? The world has gone crazy, right? Bobby Bombaclat. I know, bruv. That's exactly why you should be here partying with us. We need your positive energy to keep things interesting. Endorphin. No. Endorphin, holding Bobby Bombaclat's hair as he pukes in the toilet. Endorphin, it's okay, bro. Just let it out. Let it all out. That's it. Good. You feel better now? Bobby Bombaclat, now. Endorphin, all right. You want to go to sleep? Bobby Bombaclat, not yet. Endorphin, okay, but you're going to have to get some rest soon. If not, the sickness will get you again tomorrow morning. You need to be healthy to do all the exciting stuff that we're planning. Endorphin guides Bobby Bombaclat to his bed, and they collapse onto the bed. Bobby's weight keeps Endorphin there. Even though Bobby is passed out, he sure quickly carves himself a big spoon cuddle scenario. Endorphin, miffed, but not minding some little spoonage, stares at the wall and ruminates about fate. A wall? Did I pick the wrong path today? Am I going to keep making mistakes? Bobby Bombaclat, I love you. You're awesome and cool and amazing. Please don't leave me alone at night again. You are better than me. I promise I'll never be mean to you again. We can play games together and watch movies together, and I'll try to stop getting so drunk all the time so I don't have to go to work hungover and sick on Mondays. I need you around to make me a better person. Please give me one last chance to prove it. Please let me make you happy every day of your life. Please say that you'll always be my best friend. I will do whatever you ask of me. I will change for the better. I will change into a man worthy of being your companion for all time. Just please tell me you forgive me for being such an ass earlier tonight. I promise it won't happen again. I know I'm an asshole, but you know it's not always this bad. Endorphin. How about a compromise? How about we just be friends with benefits every 2 weeks on the dot? Every 14 days we get all that energy out, then we shake hands, say good day to you, sir, and then live our lives. And then another fortnight happens and we do it again. Sound like a plan? Bobby Bombaclat, deal. Endorphin. See, I told you that you could be reasonable, bro. Bobby Bombaclat. Hey, Endorphin. Can you promise me something? Endorphin. Sure. What is it? Bobby Bombaclat. Can you stay by my side forever? I don't want to lose you. Promise? Endorphin. I promise I'll be there when you need me. Every 14 days, once a fortnight. That's my capacity, and I'm sticking to it. But hey, on that day, Endorphin leaves the ellipsis for Bobby to fill in his blanks. Aligue enters. Aligue, oh wow, look at this adorable shit-over romance I see. Well, I gotta say that it's nice to finally see the two of you getting along so well. Endorphin, hey Aligue, we've got a deal, and I'm sticking to it. Aligue, oh, I'm really glad to hear that. It's good to have friends who are there for you in the hard times as well as in the good times. And look, here I am too. I'm glad to see that my meddling has helped you get on better terms with each other. That makes me happy. Bobby Bombaclat, thanks, dude. You're really awesome. You know that? I wish everyone was as awesome as you. Aligue. Nah, bruv. You just gotta keep the faith. I'm sure things will work out in the end for you two crazy lovebirds. Now, come on. Let's go downstairs so you can get back to doing whatever it is that you were doing. Let's get going already. We've got some good times ahead of us, so let's enjoy them together while we can.
Oh, God.
The three exit together. Back in the world. You wake up, your head feeling like you were in a hangover from all of the events yesterday, and yet a sense of calmness overcomes you. You check your texts. A lot of Bobby's texts have you questioning yourself if this was what you really wanted. In all honesty, he has you asking if you've been too hasty in your approach to your life. Perhaps you should focus more on the positive side of things, such as your friendship with Bobby. Or perhaps you should try to take things less seriously in general. If you did one or the other, would that be enough to get rid of all the negative energy in your life? Maybe you could even start dating Bobby for real? He's clearly interested, and after the events of last night, he seems to really like you. Endorphin texts Aligue. Dude, you have a whole different phone dedicated to this persona of yours. That's awesome. Aligue texts back. Hell yeah, man. Why would I have only one person? I need to be a different person for each of these groups. The important ones like Bobby, I make sure are close to me. And then there are others like you who I need to keep an eye on. Endorphin. I'm flattered, dude. But I'm still kind of confused. Why am I even talking with you? I know, that's a bad question. Wait, I'm you? A different facet of you? I don't think that makes sense. Aligua. Yeah, man. That's why I had you talk with all of the Fate, man, to help you better understand what they do for their people. Endorphin. Wait. I don't think that's right. I am not a facet of Aligua. I am Aligua. I have always been Aligua, and I will continue to be Aligua. I guess I just need some time to come to terms with everything. Like how many cells are out there, and how many personalities I have. How am I supposed to handle that? Eligua. Oh, come on now. Just think about all of those other versions of Eligua. Those guys might not be you exactly, but they're definitely your other self. You feel you just got to accept that there is more to you than meets the eye, and once you do, then you'll be able to truly live life to the fullest. No more worrying about what might happen next, and just embracing the moment. You ready to try it out? Endorphin. Yeah, all right, I guess I'll give it a go. If you're offering the chance to experience life for a moment without any of my inhibitions, then yeah, why not? Eligua. All right then. Time to take another look around you. Do you see that beautiful sunrise up ahead? Endorphin. Yes. It raises up so smoothly, all watched over by those machines of under damp Langevin dynamics. What a lovely sunrise. Wait, no. Hold on. I am not taking over this story. And I'm also not going to start describing a beautiful sunrise just because it's something that has nothing to do with me. This is Bobby's story, and I've already done so much of the heavy lifting here. Let's put it to bed already and get on with his story. That's what he wrote about. Endorphin. Ooh, that's all I got for today.
Alright, that's it. Wow, I was involved. That was, I took someone to church. Alright, good night, or good afternoon, have a great day.